Since 2017, Easley has played host to teams from all around the world for the Senior League Baseball World Series. Tonight, it's two clubs from the Palmetto State. Irmo, South Carolina versus Easley. No love lost between these two clubs. The most highly anticipated matchup in this side of the bracket. We can't wait to have all the action for you. Irmo traveled 105 miles to be here at beautiful J.B. Owens Sports Complex. It's the U.S. side of the bracket, and we are really excited to see how this one plays out in front of a packed house. I'm Stephen Carey, joined by Gordon Beckham. Fun day of baseball so far, but nothing quite like this.
Right, yeah, you got two teams that obviously one from right here in Easley, one from right down the road, two South Carolina teams. A lot of tension coming in the ballpark. The ballpark is packed tonight. We're going to have a great show for you tonight.
This Irmo team has appeared in the Senior League World Series each of the last 3 years. They are a force to be reckoned with, but so is this Easley squad. 5 runs in the first inning.
Yeah, they came out of the gates shooting last night. 5 runs in the first, and they never looked back. They were in complete control. A lot of offense early, and then they tacked on a couple of runs late. They were definitely out ahead of the West, and they showed that they were more of the better team last night. They'll have another test against somebody from right down the street. As you watch all the hitting that they did last night, they were from top to bottom a very well-rounded team, and we'll look forward to watching them tonight if they can back that performance up.
It's not hyperbolic to say that Easley might be the best team that we've seen in this tournament so far. They're going to roll out a great lineup in their second game of the tournament. Tristan Busby leads off as he did last night. Bradley Runyon, who started yesterday, will bat second and play shortstop. William Addison third as the DH. Colin Phillips, the cleanup hitter, plays first. Toby Lowe, the catcher, bats fifth. Logan Martin, sixth at third base. Noah Dubovich will get to hit. He will bat seventh and play second. Zach Lawson, the reliever from last night, plays right, batting eighth. And Levi Holcomb, the local kid from Easley, is going to round out the order. They'll face off against Cooper Derrick, the right-handed pitcher for Irmo, and we're just about set. An hour and 45 minutes for the team from just outside of Columbia. The first pitch of this matchup is in for a strike. David Fry behind the plate, Richard Moses at first, Terry Falgout at second, and Eric Stonecipher at third base. That's your umpiring crew for the nightcap here. Ground ball to first, high hopper. Busby will be beaten to the bag by the first baseman, Haining, and that's the first out of the inning. Very different start for this Easley squad. As you mentioned, 5 runs in the first inning of yesterday's nightcap. Busby reached on a single, Runyon singled, a hit by pitch, another hit by pitch, 2 more singles. I mean, they were filling up the base paths.
Yeah, they took advantage of some early jitters from the West squad, and already one out here in the top of the first.
Here's the guy you need to watch out for, Bradley Runyon. One of the most athletic players we've seen in the tournament so far. He slaps that out of play, 1-1.
And a switch hitter. Hit right-handed last night, batting left tonight against the righty.
1-1. Down the third base line, but foul. Manager George Turman had to get out of the way of that. This is an Irmo team that in 2024 went 3-1 in this Senior League World Series, advancing to the final. They were beaten by Maracaibo by a score of 9-3. So they have experience in this tournament. And when you come that far, you come that close to winning, they're coming for it all in 2025. 1-2 pitch. Touch low, good take by Runyon. 2-2. Derrick's offering, and he retires Runyon on a changeup that ran away from the lefty. Great pitch.
Nice pitch right there by Derrick. Definitely has some good stuff. Obviously a tall guy, but you see the changeup grip, and he uncorks a good one down and away from Runyon's barrel. Runyon was a absolute force last night. Starts his night off with a K, but hey, tip your cap. It was a good pitch.
2 up, 2 down. William Addison will dig in and bounce one off the plate. 0-1. Addison 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Solid middle of the order for Easley. Just like last night, friends and family in attendance. but Irmo traveled very, very well. 0-1, chopped to short. O'Kane handles and delivers to first. 1-2-3 inning for Irmo. They're making some noise. Their bats try to do the same. Up next in the bottom of the first in this heavyweight battle. Great crowd here at JB Owen Sports Complex in Easley, South Carolina for the Senior League Baseball World Series on ESPN. I'm Stephen Carey and Gordon Beckham. Very quick and easy frame for Irmo. Easley trying to do the same against Irmo with their starting pitcher Graham Campbell. But Irmo has plenty of experience in this tournament. They have made appearances at this ballpark each of the last 3 seasons. And Chase Ellis is going to lead it off for them, followed by Charlie Todd. Dalton Gravel bats third. Hanson Haining, the cleanup hitter. Waylon Grio will be the DH. Cooper Derrick bats sixth. Cannon McDonald will bat seventh. Jackson Phipps eighth. And Rory Dreher rounds out the order for Irmo. Another look at Graham Campbell, the southpaw. Lefties have had some success in this tournament. You don't see a whole lot of them at this age group. This is a high level of baseball, but a good lefty starting pitcher, those are few and far between even at the major league level.
Yeah, and he's going to have to really get through the first inning. A lot of energy on the Irmo side. They, like you said, they traveled really well. Have a lot of people making a lot of noise in the front row.
So the first pitch to Ellis is in the dirt. And already you hear that Irmo crowd cheering and being boisterous with every pitch. 1-0. Pushed foul and out of play. 1-1. A 7-1 win last night for Easley over California representatives from Spring Valley outside of San Diego. 2-1 breaking ball. Can't get it to bend over the plate. 3-1. Sky had foul and out of play. Graham Campbell, he's settled on the rubber, ready to deliver the 3-2 pitch. Ellis, the center fielder for Irmo, he awaits. And he's going to have a good outcome. He's going to run down the first base line, and the energy rests with Irmo as this game has started. Leadoff walk. Those leadoff base runners, they can be pesky.
Absolutely, and a good start for Irmo. Easily, they were in control last night, but already in some trouble here in the top of the first.
Well, if the crowd didn't give you any indication, that's Charlie Todd. He's the number 2 hitter in this order. Campbell takes a peek over at first. Strong lead for Ellis. Slider runs off the plate, 1-0. There are always nerves in the Senior League World Series, but a game like this probably intensifies those feelings.
Yeah, a lot on the line, right? I mean, these guys probably play each other during the season as they're getting ready for this tournament. So they know each other. There's no love lost here.
Fly ball skied to center. Busby drifts in a few steps.
Runner tagging at first, but not going to go anywhere.
There's the first out of the inning. But your point is very well taken. These guys see each other a lot. It's very different than the other matchups in the tournament. They say there is always discomfort in the unknown. Well, maybe the known is scary just as much.
Well, it just depends, right? Whoever's had the upper hand coming into this game definitely has a leg up. But a lot of energy from Irmo right now, almost like they think that they should come out here and stomp on Easley. We'll see.
Dalton Gravel takes down and outside. Righties and lefties alternating through the first 3 hitters. Less of a factor at this level than maybe major leagues or college. Campbell's still very much attentive of that runner at first. Gravel, the third baseman for Irmo. So far, very competitive misses by Campbell off the plate against righties.
He's close right now, but the umpire's not giving him anything off the plate.
2-0 turns to 3-0.
Seems like he's a little sped up. If I'm his coach right now, I might think about possibly taking a second to go out there because he's just a little quick with his delivery. And here you go. As I say that, they might have heard me. But Todd's going to go out there. Lowe is going to go out there and talk with him. Just say, hey, you're moving a little quick right now. Let's settle down. Let's find the zone. We've got to get some more outs here. Can't be walking, guys.
Toby Lowe really good at controlling the run game. Had a nice throw down to second in last night's contest. That was back in second inning. Big cut on 3-0. Surprised to see the green light there. As Gravel is still ahead in the count, 3-1. And Campbell just lost him. Walk, fly out, walk. Now Irmo has some decisions to make. Yesterday's starter Bradley Runyon unavailable for the next 3 days. He was dominant against Mexico.
Really good, yeah. Threw a great game last night.
Against California. Low and outside strike. It's Hanson Haining at the plate. He's the first baseman for Irmo. Let the runners roam off the bag. Here's a look at Bradley Runyon. Jack of all trades, is playing shortstop today. Pitched yesterday, was in right field. Ball is hit his way. It might end the inning.
Little 6-4-3 varietal is what you're talking about?
1-1. Runners thought about going. They put on the brakes. Nice pitch there by Campbell to get the inside corner. 1-2. Probably more likely to see a 4-6-3 if it's a lefty, but this Irmo team patient. This breaking ball is hammered foul.
Yeah, I was just watching Runyon, and he made a gesture to the home plate catcher in low and said, hey, let's go back pick. He put his hand right behind his head, and he was moving into position when that ball was fouled off.
1-2, ripped down the line, and Haining has just missed on the last 2 swings. Got to be careful what you throw here at 1-2. Outfield playing aggressively to pull. They were leaving so much room in left center. 1-2 pitch. It's downstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Already 20 pitches for Graham Campbell. 2-2. Breaking ball on the ground, fair inside the bag. Ellis is going to come around to score. Gravel into third. They're going to hold him up there. The throw comes into second. It's cut off. It gets away. Everybody stays put. Good backup by Martin. But Irmo strikes first.
A great at bat by Hanson Haining. Fouls off a couple down the line, pulls them, and he finally straightens one out for a double and an RBI. Irmo riding the emotion. Didn't know if it was fair off the bat, just stayed fair. And it's 1-0 Irmo in what seems like it's going to be a emotional game.
You got the feeling with a couple of those swings by Haining that he was going to straighten it out. He was hunting that pull side, and no matter what the outfield defense could do to try and stop it, still found a way to get it inside the chalk. See a meeting on the mound, getting the team together. Irmo aggressive. This is exactly what this team's MO is. The regional outscored their opponents 42-14 in 4 games. That's over 10 runs per game, allowing less than 4 runs per game. And they opened their regional 17-0 victory over Virginia.
Wow.
And if you think Virginia are any slouches, that's the team that Irmo met in the championship.
Oh, wow. Got away from them then. They found a way to claw their way back, but it wasn't enough. Either way, Easley's got to find a way to get out of this with just a one spot on the scoreboard, because second and third with 1 out, Irmo is threatening.
Waylon Griot with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. First pitch to him, pulled to third. It gets by the third baseman, Martin, and into left field. 1 run scores. The throw to the plate. It bounces above the glove of Lowe. Here comes the throw into second. They've got Griot in a rundown. Tag applied. They got him on the back. There's the second out, but a 2-run piece of contact by Waylon Griot makes it 3-0.
Ball was hit sharply to the third baseman, who was playing in. We'll see how they rule it, but it gets past the third baseman and into left field, and a couple of more runs come in. Irmo up 3-0 in a wild turn of events here in the first.
This is what you were looking to avoid if you're Easley. Right now, Irmo, all the momentum. As Cooper Derrick, the pitcher, steps up to the plate. That's whistled foul, 1-1. So the ruling is that's an error on the third baseman, Martin. So no RBIs for Griot. Ball on the ground. 2 balls and a strike. Three to nothing. Irmo leading. It's the outside corner. 2-2.
Cooper Derrick. That's a big league name. What do you think?
I think so. Always good to have 2 first names. 2-2. The ground is short. Our first look at Runyon. Bobbles, clutches, throw to first. Just a bit late. Runyon almost made that play in the hole. It's short.
Yeah, just a little bobble hurt him, but it was a tough play. If he doesn't have a little bobble coming out of his glove, couldn't find the handle, it looked like, and it just cost him a little bit. But it's going to be a base hit, I would assume. That was a tough play. See, just a little bit of hesitation getting it out of his glove, and then it makes a really strong throw. Just a tick late there at first base.
Boy, that's closer than it looked from our angle.
Yep.
So close that Graham Campbell was heading off the mound. This might be worth taking a look at.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they know it, because from up here it looked like he was safe, but watching the replay, might have been the other way around. We'll never know.
So now Cannon McDonald is up to the plate. His team up by 3. Popped up. Right side of the infield, foul ground. Who's going to get it? Phillips calls off low. He puts the squeeze on, and that will retire Irmo in their half of the first. A 3 spot for the team from just outside of Columbia. We're headed to the second in a thrilling game to end off game number 2 at their Senior League World Series. Been a great start for Irmo, leading 3-0 after a strong bottom of the first inning here at JBO and Sports Complex. Little League does so much for all these kids, but as the world's most trusted youth sports organization, Little League does rely on the generosity of its alumni, volunteers, and communities who give tirelessly to create experiences for millions of children every year. Support Little League today by texting LLWS to 345-345 to donate today. Standard texting messaging rates apply. See a lot of Little League fans there from Irmo trying to shade themselves from the heat. It's turned into a perfect night for baseball, just as it was last night. Easley fans not loving how it started, but now's as good of a time as any to try and get back into this game.
Yeah, what a beautiful night we have here. Just like last night, just not a cloud in the sky, maybe a few wispy cirrus clouds to left center, but other than that, we're looking really strong.
Colin Phillips Tried to get one on the board right away. Cirrus Clouds, huh?
Yeah.
You really do have
I have a
meteorology background.
Correct. There's your wispy cirrus cloud over there in left center.
0-2, and the high heat retires Phillips. So far, so good. 4 up, 4 down. The minimum faced by Cooper Derrick.
Phillips climbing the ladder a little bit. Definitely was a little excited to get to the plate, it looks like, here in the top of the second. Chased a couple of pitches, but I will say Cooper Derrick looking good on the mound. You really would like to see Easley try to find a way back into this game and scrap 1 or 2 here as a good answer. But I'm telling you right now, Cooper Derrick can really bring it. That was a fastball, obviously nowhere close, but a lot of two-seam action with some serious heat behind it.
I mean, he's a very imposing presence on the mound. That fastball's coming in hot. Ball and a strike to Toby Lowe. It's 1 for 3 yesterday with an RBI and a run scored. He also has multicolored cleats, does Cooper Derrick.
Well, also, too, first game of the tournament for Irmo, they're going to throw their horse, right? I mean, this is an important game for them. If they can get in that win column, it's a lot easier to get to that championship game.
2 balls and a strike. Lowe takes high. (3-1). Straighten it out.
Here's the pitch. There's the grip. See, a little bit of run on that fastball. I guess you could call it a two-seam. Outside to in, moving from the outer edge to the inner third. We're still able to get it past Robbie Lowe.
And to tell Cooper Derrick to slow down. Ready to deliver, and Lowe stays alive. Gets a piece of it.
Toby really impressed me yesterday behind the dish. Really good receiving the ball and also throwing. Had a pretty good night at the plate, I believe.
1 for 3 RBI, run scored. And now he's going to start his evening off with a walk.
Pretty good at bat right there because Cooper Derrick looks like he's got some good stuff. He's shown a 3-pitch mix so far, fastball, slider, and a couple of changeups I've seen. So a nice job by Lowe to get on and at least stop the momentum that Irmo seems to be just feasting on right now.
There were no shortage of base runners yesterday for this Easley team. 8 of 9 reach base. As this one's driven right, it's short. Lowe scampered too far off the bag, but the throw pulled the first baseman Haining off the pillow. Crisis averted from Toby Lowe. He managed to get back to the bag and with that wide throw, avoided the double play.
Yeah, Logan Martin just squares this ball up, gets a fastball right in the middle of the plate, but it is ticketed right for the shortstop's glove and O'Kane. If he makes a good throw, it's got to be a play at first base, but it's a little off the mark, and only a 1-out variety right there, but nice play by the defensive shortstop O'Kane.
O'Kane not hitting for Irmo, so he's in there for his glove. Strike 1 to Dubovich. Small lead off first for Lowe.
There's that slider. You can see from up here at the booth, it has some really good action to it. We're going to see it again. Here's that great grip you can see on the side of it. That's a nasty pitch right there.
0-2. He was bringing the gas. Derrick's 1-2 pitch. Popped him up. Caught Dubovich off stride. Phipps makes the play. And a quick and easy inning for Irmo for the second straight. They protect their 3-0 lead and look to add on in the bottom of the second. That's where we'll be up next. Welcome back to JB Owen Sports Complex, where Irmo has a 3-0 lead. This just feels like the type of game where you're going to see a lot of highlights. They're going to be all over social media. And if you're curious about where to find those highlights, you can find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use hashtag LLWS. First inning, plenty to talk about on Irmo's side. Not quite the same can be said about Easley. 8-9-1 due up for the Southeast representatives from just outside of Columbia. Jackson Phipps, the second baseman. That's Graham Campbell, and he's flailing at a down and in slider, 0-1. You can start to see the intent of Graham Campbell trying to get in on these right-handed hitters, maybe generate some soft contact?
Well, one of the things you do, if you can pitch into right-handed hitters, that gets them conscious on the inside part of the plate. And if you're conscious on the inside part of the plate, that opens up the away. So fastball, changeup, anything backdoor, that's really a good pitch. So what he's done here is he's thrown inside. That sometimes allows that hitter to get a little bit sped up because he's thinking, okay, I got to be quick to get to that inside pitch. And then anything out over the plate really is effective.
Good sign from Lowe. Looks like he wants the ball outside. 1-2. Well, he found a good spot. Swing and a miss from Phipps. There's the first strikeout for Graham Campbell. Good battery work between Campbell and Lowe. The first out of the bottom of the second.
Yeah, wanted it away. Kind of ran back towards the middle, but it was a good pitch, bottom of the zone. And Jackson swings over the top of it for the first out here in the bottom of the second.
So Rory Dreher, bottom of the order for Irmo. He's up swinging. Got a piece of it. Fouled it back. 0-1. That pitch count pretty high for Campbell, 34 through an inning and a third. Pitch count, such a big thing to focus on at this level. Determines the amount of rest you have to give a player. Dreher pulls this foul. How important is a shutdown inning here for Easley? Probably going to see the top of your order coming up in the top of the third.
It's important, right? I mean, they're down 3. If they can put up a goose egg here in the bottom of the second, you go back and you can scratch a run, you're right back in it. But right now it feels like Irmo's got all of the momentum, which they do, and also they have all the runs, right? I mean, Easley is going to struggle, obviously, if they don't score runs, but at the same time, if you allow Irmo to continue to build on this lead or keep the lead, the later it goes, the harder it is going to be to come back.
0-2, that was fouled off of Toby Lowe. And a type of game like this sort of speaks to how quickly things can change. We got to get another look at this foul ball.
Just off the top of the helmet, he's fine.
0-2. Good fight from Dreher. Yesterday you're on top of the world. You're beating California 7-1, and then very quickly Irmo comes in and says, well, we're ready to play too.
Well, there's something to be said too about the first game of the tournament. You know, you've been having a lot of pent-up energy that you've been getting ready for this for weeks, right? And now all of a sudden it's here, and you've got that, and you kind of put it all out there. Sometimes there's a little bit of a letdown, and I'm not saying that Easley's letting down right now because Irmo just came out firing, but at the same time, you got to weather the storm and get back in it.
0-2 breaking ball outside. Close pitch, couldn't quite get it to fall over the middle of the plate. That's a great point, though, Gordon. As the 1-2 comes home, it's outside, 2-2. In our first game, we saw Australia fall to the Czech Republic. And those first games, I mean, those pent-up emotions, they play a factor.
And that's the beauty of baseball, right? I mean, the older they get, the more games they're going to play in a row. You've got to be able to come to the park every day with the same attitude. That's why the big leaguers are the big leaguers, because they are able to do that day in and day out.
2-2, driven to center. Busby's got to beat on that. There's out number 2. Good response so far from Graham Campbell. Get the 8 and 9 hitters. That's 3 in a row sat down dating back to last inning. Back to the top of the order we go with Chase Ellis. That leadoff walk. Talk about how much they can be pesky for teams. Certainly was the case in the bottom of the first. And he hammers this ball down the left field line. It's over the head of Holcomb, and it's going to get to the wall. Ellis motors into second, gets there easily with a 2-out stand-up double.
That ball was smoked over the left fielder Holcomb's head. Chase Ellis fired up, trying to get the crowd fired up. Yeah, you just see it. It's just a fastball right down the middle, and he smokes it. 2 hops the wall, excuse me. 2-out double. They've got a shot to add on to that 3-0 lead.
Charlie Todd has to have a pretty big fan club. Hear them chanting his name every time he comes up. Nothing to swing at on his first offering. Ball and no strikes. And he hits this one softly to left. That's down for a hit. They're going to wave home the runner from third. Here comes Ellis. The throw to the plate is cut off. Charlie Todd with a blooper into left, and the speed of Ellis ends up scoring the 4th run of the game for Irmo.
As soon as that ball was hit, you knew Ellis was going to score. He can really run. Got a great jump off the bat. 2 outs. You don't have to worry about if somebody catches it, right? So he had got a good jump right off the bat and is able to scurry home. No problem there. God, look, he can really, really run. And a little Trey Turner slide there at the bottom, just for good measure.
You get the first 2 hitters, then a double and an RBI single. 2-out runs. We've seen it each of the last 2 days. That's the opposite of what he easily wanted to have happen. And now Gravel sends this into center. That's down for a hit.
Yeah, just an oopsie off the end of the bat. Got it way out in front, hit it off the end of the bat, and this ball had some bloop into it into center field. Gravel, the 3-hole hitter, you know he can put a charge into it. First and second, they're not done yet.
We saw some pop from Hanson Haining on a couple of foul balls. He ends up hitting one on the ground inside the first base bag. His double brought home the game's first run. Another chance for him. And the bender gets over the middle for strike 1. Defense playing back. 0-1 pitch.
Wow.
That's smoked into left center. Another hit. Charlie Todd being waved home. The throw cut off again. Irmo's up 5-0.
What a piece of hitting this is. Goes down the right field line for a double in the first, and then just comes back lefty on lefty and takes that ball, shoots it the other way for a line drive single. That'll score Charlie Todd 5-0. All this coming with 2 outs, Stefan.
Irmo is making a statement. 5-0. Campbell steps off to compose himself. Now this feels like the type of game, Gordon, where Irmo's not going to stop.
No, they've got to get an out right here, and Easley's got to come and punching back. They've got to score some runs.
Popped up Griot. Foul ground again. Phillips has it. So for the second consecutive offensive inning for Irmo, they score at least 2 runs, but end the inning with a foul out. We're on to the third, 5-0. Irmo leading easily. Sizable lead for Irmo, now up 5-0 after a pair of runs came across in the bottom of the second. Hey, if you want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball, visit PlayLittleLeague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. Right now, the Little League program that's on top is from Irmo, South Carolina, right outside of Columbia. A quick strike from Cooper Derrick to Zach Lawson, makes it an 0-1 count. Irmo, a cool town. from all that I researched. Talk me through it. So, as I mentioned, right outside of Columbia, 12 miles away, not too far from here, obviously, an hour and 45 minutes. But some successful athletes have been born and raised in Irmo. Tyler Bass, who was a former kicker for the Buffalo Bills. Jalen Hyatt, who won the Biletnikoff Award with Tennessee, in 2022. And Dustin Johnson, PGA Tour golfer, all from Irmo. This one's bounced up the middle. Whoa. High hop, and that's going to get into center for a leadoff hit for Lawson.
That might be what Easley needed, a little high hop over the shortstop. This ball looks like it hit a trampoline leaving the infield. You're going to see that hop, and then you're going to see one more, and then boop. No chance for the shortstop O'Kane. Sometimes all it takes is a little blooper like that and a blast to get back in the game. We'll see how they do it.
We haven't seen the blast yet. Levi Holcomb, the local, is up for the first time. 2 for 3 with an RBI. Talking to some of the people here in Easley, Holcomb is the only kid from Easley High School on this team. Runner at first stopped and then started. And then stopped again on the foul ball. How important is it, Gordon, down by 5, to not try to get it all back at once?
Can't, right? You just got to find a way to keep passing the baton to the guy behind you. Keep putting in good at-bats. Don't try to get out of the at-bat too early. Just find a pitch that you like. Have a good quality at-bat. I think the biggest thing right now, the way that Cooper Derrick is throwing, you're going to need to get his pitch count up because you need to see him out of the game. He's obviously Irmo's horse, and he's starting the first game for a reason. Easley's going to have to scrap and claw to get back in this one.
Saw the Irmo team taking some practice swings on the backfields beyond right center field wall yesterday before we started our coverage, and this is a disciplined, physical team. 1-1 downstairs. Good eye by Holcomb. And with that physical prowess that they have, some games can get away from you if you give them the chance. Garrett evens up the count, 2-2.
Yeah, the biggest way to stop momentum is to find a way to punch a run across. At least get yourself back into the game a little bit. Even if it's down 4, it still means you're moving in the right direction. You allow Cooper Derrick to continue to settle into this game. The further and further that Irmo gets away from Easley, it's not going to be easy to come back.
We'll see if Lawson's off with this pitch. 3-2 to Levi Holcomb. He stays put. The pitch. A strike. Swing and a miss. Holcomb retired. Third strikeout for Cooper Derrick. First out of the top of the third.
It's another heater. He says, here it is. Hit it if you can. Holcomb swings over the top of it. That's the first out here in the top of the third.
Top of the order for Easley. Tristan Busby takes outside. Ball 1. These righties really getting on top of the baseball, and I'm surprised to not see their arm angle coming down a little bit more. Going straight over the top, it looks like, as this one's ripped to second, caught by Phipps, and he bobbles on the throw back to first, so diving back in safely is Lawson. That's twice now that Easley has been spared by.
Yeah, a couple hard-hit baseballs. This is right at the second baseman who catches it and on the transition drops it. Yeah, on the transition he just drops it, trying to get the double play. I think the umpires are going to talk about this, but I think the right call was made. That's an out on the line drive, and then that's it.
It's pretty clear that that was on the transfer.
Yep.
Not to play hypotheticals, right? But even if he drops this baseball, runner at first is freezing, you have a play at second on the force out.
And interestingly, when Cooper Derrick got it back, he threw it to second base.
The umpires have motioned that it was on the transition, so that has been confirmed. 2 away, runner on first, and here comes Bradley Runyon, who was the star of last night's contest between California and Easley. He's swinging at the first pitch on the ground, right side, sliding play by Phipps, gets to his feet, the throw is low and wide. Lawson's going to advance to third, and you put the ball in play, good things happen. Almost a phenomenal play by Phipps at second.
It's going to be a throwing error on the second baseman, but at the end of the day, this was a really good play. He just rushes the throw a little bit, had a little bit more time than you thought. Runyon's rolling through the bag pretty easy, but he made sure that ball didn't get to the outfield. As you can see, he actually ends up barehanding that ball, but when he gets up, he doesn't take his time, and when he does, he throws that ball away, and Easley still has a little bit of life here in the top of the third. That could have been out number 3, and we're heading to the bottom of the third, and as it stands, it's first and third with only two outs. We're going to get another.
Umpires are meeting, led by David Fry, the home plate umpire. You wonder if they're talking about maybe that ball getting into the dugout.
Possibly. I think that's the only thing I can think of that they should be talking about. So we'll see.
And it looks like it did not. Everybody's going to stay where they are. Runners first and third.
All right, so it's going past, and then it hits the brick wall back there. Their thought was if it hits the dugout, right, there's a good chance that he's able to go home. Or no, not go home, but maybe a free pass at third base or second base, right?
First pitch behind William Addison. That'll wake you up.
I think he said foul ball.
We'll wait and see. Driven to short and caught. What a play! O'Kane with some wizardry at shortstop.
What a play right here by O'Kane. He's not hitting today, but he's playing a lot of defense. That ball's ticketed for left center and possibly 2 RBIs. O'Kane jumps up and says, no, I got that.
Irmo's A. O'Kane. We're headed to the bottom of the third. 5-0, Irmo leading easily. Highway to the danger zone, playing in the background, and that's pretty fitting. Right now, if Easley can't lock it down, Irmo in full control of this game. 3 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second. They're going to bring out a right-hander to try and calm things down here in this nightcap game. It's Noah Hughes, number 14 on the mound after 2 innings of work from Graham Campbell. 2 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 of which were earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and that's a 50-pitch outing, averaging 25 pitches per inning. That kind of tells the story there.
It really does, and also the fact that Easley was not able to scrape a run and take advantage of that error by the second baseman. If they had, they're right back in this ball game. Unfortunately, they're unable to take advantage, and it's still a 5-0 lead for Irmo.
Cooper Derrick, the opposing pitcher, has smoothly navigated the Easley order. He also has a hit tonight. Letter I fastball, 1-1. 5-0. Irmo leading easily. 1-1 pitch. Good breaking ball. Had Derrick connected on that baseball, probably would have hit the Greg Powell field sign left center.
Yeah, he was going for it all. Swings over the top.
1-2 pitch. He chases. Good start for Noah Hughes. On 4 pitches, he retires Cooper Derrick. There's your first out of the bottom of the third.
Yeah, Noah showing a good fastball and slider. He climbs the ladder right here and takes advantage of the aggressiveness of Cooper Derrick. I know I'll get it right before the end of the game.
2 first names.
Hey, he probably doesn't mind if I call him the opposite.
You meant to say Derrick, Cooper.
There you go.
Like the school attendance lists. Ball inside, ball 1. Cannon McDonald popped out to first in foul ground his last time up. Now he rips one to second. Nice play by Dubovic. There's your second out. You're not out of the woods, though, if you're Easley. Got 2 outs.
We saw it last inning, right? I mean, as soon as you thought you were going to have a pretty easy inning, Irma went to work. And did they ever. They scored 2 runs, all with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. They're in the same position now, just nobody on.
Jackson Phipps struck out swinging his last time. Good first pitch from Hughes. Here's something you see a lot around the South with high school age baseball players. Bleach blonde, dyed hair.
Got to appreciate that.
Whole lot of personality being shown off here at the Senior League Baseball World Series. Oh-2.
It's nice to see that the Frosted Tips look has stood the test of time. When I was this age, there was a lot of that going around too. Back in the heyday, you had the Backstreet Boys making it. Do you remember them? That was probably before you were born.
Knuckled to short and caught by Runyon. Of course, I remember the Backstreet Boys. Phipps retired a 1-2-3 inning for Easley. And we're headed to the 4th. They're trying to answer here at J.B. Owens Sports Complex. As the score would suggest, Irmo's controlled the pace of this game. They're up 5-0 at J.B. Owens Sports Complex. Irmo might be the home team tonight, but they're at the home of Easley Little League. Big crowd, wonderful atmosphere, but Irmo has taken that energy and they have channeled it on the plate, on the mound, in the field. They just have played a very complete baseball game.
Yeah, it feels like the opposite of what we saw last night with Easley jumping all over the West Division champions in California. They were in control, and tonight it's flip-flopped. Irmo, South Carolina, has been taking aim at these Easley players, and they are really rolling right now, scoring 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Easley finally keeping him off the board in the 3rd inning, and we're at the end of the hydration break, which we all love and appreciate.
Umpires getting done at the local watering hole, which is just beyond the gates on the first base side. Greg Powell Field, just a phenomenal venue for this game to be played. Greg Powell, as we mentioned yesterday, the coach of the Big League World Series teams that won for Easley in 2003, 2004, 2005, and 2007.
Backstreet Boys are serenading us.
Yes, they are, as
almost
you
like
predicted.
Yeah, it's
earlier.
almost like you called it. There's some Frosted Tips. As a father to 2 blonde boys, I take offense to that.
Well, I think if genetics work out the way that I think they do, your hair's kind of like a dirty blonde.
That's right.
Turning to brown, so
that's right.
They can enjoy the blondness while it lasts, and then they can get frosted tips.
Slowly turning to gray.
We've got.
We will talk about that.
We got a gradient here. That's pretty good.
There you go. Maybe that's what I should do as I age. Just go with the green and yellow.
Yeah, he's got hair like the Sprite can.
Oh, he's got little runners on the side.
Oh man.
I have no idea what it's actually called, but we're going to call it runners.
It's like a mohawk mullet. That's awesome.
I'm told it's parts.
Yeah, I'm not a very adventurous person at the barber, so I wouldn't know, but
you come from a long line of hair, though.
Yes, even longer line of hair gel.
Well, it's important. You got to have good product.
Yes,
you might be a
product.
kid, but you're starting to learn. You're learning the business. I love it, Stefan.
4, 5, and 6 due up for Easley. Down by 5 is Colin Phillips. We'll dig in against Cooper Derrick, who has been sensational on the mound for Irmo. First pitch, ripped to short, and it can't be handled by O'Kane, who made a terrific grab to end the top of the 3rd inning for Easley. Can't get that one, and maybe that's a gift that Easley needed.
That ball was smoked, though. You can't blame Kane for trying to field this off to the side because it got on him in a hurry, and it just kind of played him. He stopped his feet a little bit. It is going to be an error on the shortstop, who's already made some great plays. Hey, errors happen. It's what you do with the next one.
It's back-to-back innings with a leadoff base runner for Easley. See if they can do something with it here. As this one's sent up the middle, it's off the foot of Derek. There's going to be no play at first. Everybody's safe.
Might be starting to turn right here for Easley. You can feel the energy coming from their side and their dugout, and a couple of nice, well-struck baseballs to start the inning have started this off right for Easley here in the top of the fourth. Hits the bottom of Derek's shoe, and no play at first base, no opportunity. First and second, nobody out, Stefan.
And that was the red shoe, which I think will be the unlucky shoe out of the two different colors that he's got tied up.
Colorful shoes.
His right one looks like that guy's hair from earlier.
That's right. The right one looks like the Grinch, and then the left one looks like that popsicle.
Yeah, the Rocket Pop.
Rocket Pop.
First pitch strike to Logan Martin. You enjoyed a lot of Rocket Pops?
Not lately. Not
no.
lately.
But when you were playing,
yeah, I think you got to go for a Rocket Pop every once in a while.
When you were playing 100 games in 89 days, I figured that was probably a fan favorite.
Needed to have it. Yep, needed a lot of sugar in that summer.
Strike two. Derek really dialing it in. Martin lined out to short his first time up. Ball has been hit that way a lot to O'Kane. Right side open. 0-2. Yanked the fastball.
Seems like there's an opening right now for Easley. Obviously, they're in good position, but a little frustration from Derek on the mound, missing that last pitch by as much as he did. See how he comes back on the 1-2.
1-2 pitch. Popped up, but that'll spill into the seats. Young fan from Clemson made the catch on that foul ball. Big fan of the Curly W. They had the first pick in the draft. 1-2. Touch outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Really liking the strike zone from David Fry tonight. Talked to him before we got started yesterday, and he said, I don't expand the zone. I call it as close to a major league umpire as I can. And I think that is held true tonight. 2-2. On the ground right side. It's bobbled. It can't be handled by Phipps. They're going to hold the runner at third. Base is loaded, nobody out, and here's the window of opportunity for Easley.
What an at-bat right there by Martin. Down 0-2, comes back. This is a really tough play, almost made by Phipps at second base. He ends up taking the ball to the head, hits off his hand, and comes back and hits his face. Did not feel good. A great effort, unable to catch it, but kept it in the infield and kept a run from scoring. So an excellent play by Phipps, but he's going to be feeling that tomorrow.
He's got the frosted hair. Call him Frosted Phipps.
Frosted Phipps. Well, he's ice cold right now, taking it to the face. He's still in the game. I love it.
Almost had a really nice play earlier over at second with 2 outs in the top of the third. He made that throwing error that put Bradley Runyon aboard. Here's the chance. Noah Dubovich up against Cooper Derek. The first pitch is spoiled foul and out of play. You're down by 5. Bottom of the order. You got to get a run here at least.
Yeah, you got to get a run, but I also like the aggressiveness right now from Easley. They're not waiting around. They're going up. They're going, I'm going to be hacking at the first pitch I see that's worth anything.
Slider gets the outer corner. 0-2.
And it seems to be paying off for him as they've hit 2 or 3 balls hard already in the inning.
0-2. Dubovich lines it to right. That's down for a hit. Phillips scores. Everybody moves station to station, and Easley's on the board. It's 5-1.
Noah with a nice knock to the right side. Stays inside of it and just flips it to right field. A great piece of hitting. An RBI. The error comes back to bite Irmo. I mean, just getting on top. That was a tough pitch to get on top of, but he did. And excellent job. And Easley's got something cooking. They need more than one, but they are on their way with nobody out and the bases still loaded, Stefan.
You've got one now. You look for the crooked number. Lawson will take Lone outside. There's nowhere to put him. Still nobody out. Top of the fourth inning, 5-1. Irmo leading Easley. Lawson singled his last time up. In this situation, you're down by 4. This is the exact situation where you can tie the game up. How easy is it to overswing in a spot like this?
Yeah, you got to try to stay within yourself, not try to do too much.
Good cut at that. No contact, 1-2. And with the defense playing back, put the ball in play, you're going to get a run, especially if you see the middle of the field.
Yeah, only way you don't get a run here is if you hit it maybe to third base and he's charging in.
Slider off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Derek frustrated on the mound.
As you see, the defense right there, third baseman. If he's coming in, he might go home, but everywhere else, probably a run.
2-2, and he gets him with a high slider. Lawson knew he shouldn't have offered it that, and there's the first out of the inning, a big one for Irmo.
Slider starts away and stays away. It's nasty, though. He's got some great tilt on that slider, and Lawson goes after it. He knew he shouldn't have, as Stefan said, but that's one out. They still got an opportunity here to make a big splash here in the top of the fourth.
Holcomb struck out swinging in front of his home crowd in his hometown. The Easley High School representative takes upstairs, ball 1. With how shallow some of the outfielders are playing, a walk is as good as a hit here. And this one's ripped to right. Right fielder Todd makes the catch. Runner's going to hold at third. Strong throw into the cutoff, man. That is puzzling to not send the runner from third base. Lowe must not have had a good read on the baseball.
Well, it was a line drive. Sometimes the first step is towards the plate versus back, and it seems like that might have happened right here. It was a great swing. Holcomb smokes that ball to right field. That's the at bat before, but there's the end result, and he's going back and still unable to score that run. That's a tough one for Easley, which should have easily scored a run right there. Even if it's a play at the plate and not your best runner, that's one to go on, as the right fielder was drifting back, and by him drifting back, he's not going to be able to get a lot on that throw. Either way, it seems like Irmo might be able to sneak out of this with just 1 run and 2 outs.
This would be a huge missed opportunity for Easley. Bases loaded, nobody out, to only get 1. Feels like you're leaving a couple of runs off the board. This is pulled inside. Almost got Busby. Busby grounded out to first, lined out to second. Infielders are going to let the runners roam. More concerned with making that play at first or wherever the force out is. One in the dirt again. 2 balls and a strike. You'd love to see Bradley Runyon hitting this inning.
Yeah, if you're Easley, you want him at the plate. Find a way to get him to the plate. See if he can do something special.
2 balls and a strike. Changeup gets him out in front again.
Yeah, he's thrown a few of those this at bat, and it's been a good one. You have to guard against the fastball, right? And then all of a sudden, it looks like a little split finger grip. That is nasty.
2-2. He goes right back to it. Derek bends but doesn't break. Gives up just a run. It's 5-1 Irmo. Headed to their half of the fourth. We'll be back on ESPN.
Nasty pitch down and away. Went right back to the well. That is nasty.
Bottom four, 5-1. Irmo leading easily at JB Owen Sports Complex. Stephen Carey, Gordon Beckham. Want to see some girls with game? Tune into yet another exciting summer of softball and visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. Gordon, it feels like this Easley team left a little bit of meat on the bone in the top half of the fourth inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. They had one run across already, but Cooper Derrick really shut things down.
Yeah, he really did, right? And they still probably could have had one run, but they don't tag up from a relatively deep fly ball, line drive effect to right field. That one's going to come back to bite him. We'll see how it goes here as we get towards the latter stages of this game.
Rory Dreher will take down and in. It's Noah Hughes on the mound. His second inning of work. Tired the side in order in the third. Is 1-0. Up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. A little more on Irmo. They have an annual festival started in 1973 as a fundraising effort for a new library. It concerns a southern delicacy that we all know very well, okra, the okra strut.
Ooh,
in Irmo.
I do like okra, especially the fried varietal.
2-1 pitch. Whoa, that goes to the backstop. Rory Dreher's smiling. Three balls and a strike. Touch high, ball 4. Lose the leadoff man, and Irmo recaptured the momentum after leaving the bases loaded for Easley. They started off with a leadoff walk in the bottom of the fourth inning.
And if you're Irmo, you know that you just got out of one that was tough, right? An inning where it could have gotten worse. You got out pretty much unscathed. What a message it would send if they came back and scored a run or two, getting that run back and then maybe adding on.
Nice breaking ball there. Get me over. Breaker there from Hughes to start off the count for Chase Ellis, who's walked, doubled, and scored 2 runs. He hits this one high in the air to left. Holcomb has that measured up. The first out of the inning.
Good job by Holcomb. It might have looked like just a can of corn out there, but this is a tough time of night to see the ball. If it gets up to a certain level and above those lights, you have to keep your eye on it. If you take your eye off the ball for just a millisecond, you will lose it at this time of night.
Charlie Todd, an RBI single the other way in his second at bat. That was in the second inning. Takes strike 1 from Hughes. He was seeing the lefty well. A long fly out to center, and then a bloop single to left field. Now he sees a righty, which should be a favorable matchup for him. 0-1. Hits this one high out to left center. It's curling toward Holcomb. He's got it again. Really nice reads by the left fielder. Last 2 chances.
Yeah, he's done a good job of getting underneath it, making sure he's getting to the spot and just putting his nose under the ball. Good job at a tough time of the night.
Dalton Gravel has reached base twice. Hughes is keeping Easley in this game right now. Very effective pitching, very efficient pitching. Runner going, breaking ball, throw down to second. Lowe's throw is high, but a good effort there by Runyon to apply the tag. Dreher gets in safely. Lowe has a live arm behind the plate.
He does, but Dreher was really running fast. Got a good jump and got in there easily.
RBI chance for Gravel. Tied him up. Nice pitch, 1-1. Big pitch here coming for Noah Hughes. Get out of this inning. Turn it over to your offense, who started to put a little rally together in the top half of the fourth.
I mean, it's important to get them back in there quick. They had a little momentum. You all of a sudden have a good inning in the bottom, and you're right back at it. That's strike 3.
Right on the inner edge, strike 3. Second strikeout from Hughes. Keeps it a 4-run lead for Irmo. Let's see what Easley could do as we head to the 5th. We mentioned that Irmo has been here at the Senior League Baseball World Series each of the last 3 years. Sour taste in their mouth, finishing as the runner-up last year in 2024. Not just because of Venezuela defeating them 9-3 in the championship, but you can turn the clock back to 2023. These two teams, Irmo and Easley, met each other almost in the exact same situation as tonight. Day 2 of the tournament, game 4 of day 2. Easley defeated Irmo 3-2 with a walk-off base hit from Grayson Austin in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bradley Runyon takes outside. I mean, those are the types of things that stick with you. Not saying that the personnel is the same, but...
Well, it's also a pretty big rivalry, right? I mean, you know, they keep meeting in these big moments. That's exactly what you want year in and year out, right? It's not often that you have the Senior League, you know, these programs that are able to just back it up year after year, and these two certainly do.
2-0. Runyon tried to sell that, but a good pitch by Cooper Derrick. 2-1. It's up to 66 pitches now. He's been very efficient, effective. He's worked his way out of trouble now a couple of times. 3 balls and a strike. Back-to-back innings for Easley with leadoff base runners. They only scored in one of them. That was top of the 4th. 3-1 pitch. And Runyon's going to take his walk. An emphatic bat flip. He knows how important that start is for Easley. His speed aboard in front of the heart of this order.
As you said, they've had some runners early in the inning, but they just haven't been able to break through with a crooked number. Going to have a meeting at the mound. Talk to Cooper Derrick, see how he's doing, maybe just give him a second.
See if they're making a change or just having a word with the starter. So it looks like Cooper Derrick's going to remain in this game, and I mean, I think he's earned it looking at how well he's pitched through 4+ innings.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's been a horse for him so far. I think that they'd like to see if he can get through 5, and then they'll probably go to the bullpen after that.
The designated hitter, William Addison.
Addison is grounded out to short, lined out to short. He's probably going to try to hit it anywhere else this time. First pitch low, 1 ball and no strikes. You surprised to see the lack of movement on the bases?
Well, it's tough to move right now if you're Easley, right? I mean, you're down 4 runs. It's the 5th inning. Like, if you take off and you get thrown out, that's not a good look. So you kind of need to go station to station until they get back in this thing.
Driven to right center. That's down. It's going to split a gap. Runyon a big turnaround second. He's into third standing up. And William Addison with a big single.
Yeah, Addison does a great job. Splits the gap. It doesn't get to the wall, so he's held to a single, but Easley's got something cooking again. We'll have to see where this inning goes, but they've had their opportunities. If they look back after tonight's game and they don't win, it's going to be these opportunities that they wish they had back. First and third here, easy opportunity for another run.
You could see over the last inning plus that the fatigue has started to set in a little bit for the starter for Irmo, Cooper Derrick. And they're going to use a special pinch runner, it appears, at first base. That's Angel Vargas checking in. Speed is an important, useful attribute. Easley's going to employ that at first. A big cut from Phillips. Swing and a miss.
Yeah.
0-1.
Nasty pitch by Derek right there, down and away. Good start to this at bat.
Runner going. Vargas got a good jump. There's no chance to get him at second.
And sometimes when you're not worried about getting thrown out because you're that fast, that's a good thing too. Second and third now, nobody out. They have all the opportunities. Defense is playing back in the infield, so ground ball scores a run unless it's hit to third base.
1-1. In the dirt again. More and more patience as the game has rolled along for Easley. But you wonder, they get a couple of runs here. What happened last inning? Does that really come back to hurt you?
But you can tell that Easley's momentum is shifting towards them right now, and Irmo is starting to waver a little bit.
2-1, that hit him.
They're just at a more precarious position right now. Obviously, it's getting worse by the second. I think that you might see a change at the mound because it just looks like Cooper Derek has reached his limit.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
It's probably a good timing, too. Everybody's seen Derek a few times through the order. Now, all of a sudden, you bring somebody else in. It's a different look. Who knows who it's going to be, but they've got opportunity to get back in this game with a big knock.
Yeah, he looks tired. He certainly has given it his all in this game, but too delicate of a situation to leave him in there. Back-to-back innings, bases loaded, nobody out. They're setting up for a new pitcher. We're not sure who it is yet at JB Owen Sports Complex, but we'll tell you when we come back here on ESPN. 5-1, Irmo leading Easley. So we have confirmation on who the new pitcher is. It's a sidearmer, a big right-hander. Brewer Haggard checks in, and Cooper Derek's going to go play left field. So that's how the switches have come to be here in a very delicate situation for Irmo, who led 5-1 coming into the inning, loaded up the bases, nobody out, and you got to love that smile from Cooper Derek. Didn't leave his team in the best possible situation, but knows that he gave it his all out there.
Well, he had a good night no matter what happens. He was pitching excellently for a long time and managed to escape the last inning, and I think that took a lot out of him as he came out this inning. He just didn't have the same stuff, and Easley's got the bases loaded again, but they're bringing in another arm, and this guy is slinging it.
See that release point from Brewer Haggard. He really might be able to fool some hitters. Is it different for you as a hitter? You see a right-hander that comes straight over the top, but then that sidearm release point, does it fool you?
Totally different. You got to find a different release point in a different area. But a lot of times when this doesn't constitute for me as just a sidewinder, right? A lot of times sidewinders, they don't throw as hard and they're just trying to get contact at the bottom of the zone. Haggard looks like he's throwing BBs up there as the lights are on here and Easley, and darkness is falling.
Tons of hype around this game. Last few innings, it's delivered. Toby Lowe drives it to left, a base hit on the first pitch. Runyon comes in to score. Toby Lowe pounds his chest, and now it's a 3-run game.
One pitch, one hit, and an RBI for Easley, and they are right back in this ball game. Down 3 runs with the tying run on first base. Bases loaded. He goes with the slider first pitch. He couldn't throw a slider for a strike in his warm-ups. I thought for sure he'd come with fastball, but he goes to the slider. He throws a strike, and he gets hit in the left field.
Now Logan Martin at the plate, still nobody out. And he hits one into shallow center. Ellis charges, makes the catch, runner tags, throw to the plate, offline, and now it's a 2-run game. No doubt they were going to send Angel Vargas from third with that speed. And this is exactly what the Easley faithful wanted to see.
Yeah, it's tightened up here in the top of the 5th. Vargas can really run. This was a no-doubter sending him, and he was in easily. 1 out now, first and second. Still a lot of time left for Easley to get back in this ball game. if they're not already.
Noah Dubovich bounces it to third foul. Game like this, cross-state rivals, they've gained familiarity. You know, this is right outside of Clemson, they're right outside of Columbia. You know the college football and college sports implications of that geographic rivalry. It's been a delight. Shows butt, pushes it, just foul, and nice attempt by McDonald. Popped it up. That's the worst thing that could have happened for Easley had McDonald handled that.
Yeah, it definitely is. It was a nice idea, though. If he lays it down the third baseline or anywhere for that matter, it's probably another run. Or, excuse me, it's probably a base hit because nobody was expecting it. Runners at first and second. It probably wouldn't have been a run, but never know what kind of havoc can happen on PFP.
0-2. Down and away. Dubovich had an RBI single, his second trip to the plate in the fourth inning. Now runners first and second. What was a 5-0 lead has dwindled down to a 2-run lead for Irmo. Tying runs aboard, leading run at the plate. One-two, he's showing bunt with 2 strikes and nearly got by McDonald. A lot of action on that fastball that runs away from righties. Got to be careful not to yank it. Right side open. Dubovich could shorten up. 2-2. Can't get that. Big pitch for Haggard. There's out number 2.
That's a big strikeout right there. A big out. Throws that slider. You see his angle from low 3/4. Basically side armor. It's a pretty good pitch right there. Gets Dubovich for out number 2.
Now it's Zach Lawson. He chops it to third. Charging. Gravel. Sets, fires, throws to first. And it's in time. Pair of runs come across for Easley. We've got a ball game here at JB Owens Sports Complex. We'll be back soon with the bottom of the 5th inning. We've talked about the weather, Gordon. How about some astronomy?
Let's do it.
What phase of the moon are we seeing on the screen right now?
I believe that's waxing crescent.
Waxing crescent. Wow.
Maybe waning crescent? Okay.
I think Mr. Miyagi would be better to teach us about what's waxing on and waxing off. But this has been a karate fight between these two teams. 5-3. Irmo leading after Easley put up a pair in the top of the 5th inning. Heart of the order coming up against Noah Hughes. Haining, Grio, and Cooper Derrick due up for the team in black and yellow. Haining a multi-hit game, an RBI double, a single, and a run scored. He spins that down and out, 1-0. That was a great shot of the moon.
Excellent. Picture clear night.
Very comfortable atmosphere for the fans. Hot during the day, but during the night, it's cozy.
Important right here for Easley to not allow Irmo back into this kind of momentum shift that's happening towards Easley. If they can find a way to get a 1-2-3 or just a real nonchalant 3 outs, that would be a huge step in the right direction, and it gets their team back into the dugout with an opportunity to go tie the game in the top of the 6th.
2 balls and a strike to Haining. Cleanup man for Irmo. That's a great pitch there by Hughes.
Nasty, and especially 2-1, right? I mean, you're expecting a fastball if you're Hanning, right? What a pitch. Throws a strike with it, too. He needed it. He got it.
2-2. Got a pitch over the middle, pulled it foul. So far, Haining has been a dead pull hitter. That's why the outfield plays him the way that they do. Certainly not the tallest player on this team, but you've seen the pop on a couple of foul balls. 2-2. High and outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hughes has come in and has retired 6 of 7 he's faced. The one that he didn't retire, Rory Dreyer, leadoff walk last inning. Then Hughes retired the next 3 in order. 3-2 pitch. Just a bit inside. So Haining reaches on a leadoff walk. And that's the opposite of what you want to have happen if you're Easley. Put that leadoff base runner aboard, down by 2 already. This part of the order.
Got to get right back on it, though, if you're Hughes. Try to find a way to get a ground ball, possibly a double play with the big fella up at the plate. Might have a chance with a little bit more time. Waylon Grillo.
And he gets hit.
Oh, boy.
Up and in off the helmet. Hughes just lost control of that one, and now first and second, nobody out. Hughes might be a little tired here. 30 pitches. Strategically, you have a big guy like Cooper Derrick coming up, but a little bit of insurance probably wouldn't hurt you if you're Irmo. How do you play this in this situation? First and second, nobody out, up by 2.
Well, I mean, it depends on how good they feel about Derrick at the plate, right? I mean, if they feel like he's one of their guys, you know, and one of the stars of their team and can hit, I think you let him hit away. Obviously, a bunt's not out of the question, too, and they're going to have a conversation while Easley's having a conversation with Hughes. I think that's probably going to be what they're going to talk about. Hey, if you want to go up there and swing, take a pitch, and take a chance, let's do it. But then maybe let's lay one down and get some guys in scoring position for an easy run. I think right now it's important for Irmo to add back to the scoreboard, because if they do, it really stops all momentum that Easley has gathered over the last couple of innings. I mean, it is trending in Easley's direction as of now, but all of a sudden if Irmo is able to come back and punch back, it'll be right back in Irmo's corner, and at a time when Easley can't afford to lose that momentum.
Look back to that 3rd inning when they had bases loaded, nobody out, and only walked away with 1. Huge point in this game for Easley. There's strike 1. Low pops up, nobody covering first. Just try and throw behind the runner. Derrick is 1 for 2 with a single. He struck out against Hughes. That was the first hitter that Hughes faced. Now he shows bunt and pushes it back behind home plate. 0-2. You don't mind the idea there?
No, I think that's exactly what we just drew up, right? We're talking about it. It makes some sense. I think if you're going to do it, though, if you're Cooper Derrick, you got to get out there and make sure you actually get that ball down, because it's just a sack bunt. And you know what? You might just leg one out if you put a good one down, but just get the bunt down. That's most important. And now he's back swinging, and it's strike 3. That's a huge out for Hughes and Easley.
Yeah, Derrick bailed him out with that swing, up and in. Up by the chin.
Sometimes as a player, when your coach kind of gives you the seesaw kind of, hey, you might do this, take a pitch, and then I want you to bunt, and you're not used to it, you get frustrated, and then all of a sudden you swing at that pitch out of the zone because you're trying to make up for something you weren't necessarily 100% committed to.
Ball gets to the backstop. Runner at second advances to third. Grillo holds at first. Double play still alive for Easley, but now with 1 out, sacrifice fly probably brings in a run.
Yeah, I agree with you. Hughes is going to have to work hard to get the ball on the ground.
Two more chances for Easley on offense, barring extra innings, which is something we saw earlier today. 1-0. Handcuffed, poked back. Cannon McDonald, who's 0 for 2. Busby in center, playing about as deep as we've seen a center fielder play. This one's grounded to second. Taylor made. Dubovich to second. Throw to first.
Wow.
And they got him. 4-6-3 double play. Talk about arresting some momentum. Easley just did that on the defensive side. They're going to try to tie it up as we head to the 6th in a thriller at J.B. Owen Sports Complex.
A huge double play right here. Tailor-made, and they turn it, Runyon with a strong throw. They get out of jail right there. That was about to be bad, and they are back in the driver's seat.
5-3 lead for Irmo, but it feels a lot tighter than that. Easily a huge double play to get out of the 5th inning. But we're talking about junior league, senior league baseball. How about professional softball? Professional softball is returning to Greenville, North Carolina for the 2025 AUSL Pro Games presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, set to take place on Wednesday, August 6th. Learn more at littleleague.org/athletesunlimited. Possibilities are unlimited here for Easley if they can continue to string together big innings like they have over the last 2. Putting pressure on Irmo and Brewer Haggard. His first pitch. Slider gets the inner edge. Levi Holcomb was showing bunt. He's 0 for 2. That's a wicked pitch from that arm angle.
You know, it's kind of surprising that Brewer throws so many breaking pitches. He's got a great fastball, and he does have a great breaking pitch, but throw that heater, man. There it is.
And he throws him there. On 3 pitches, Levi Holcomb caught looking. That's the second strikeout for Haggard. A good start for Irmo on the defensive side.
I mean, he just slings it, too, so it's hard to pick up. And Holcomb's clearly looking for off speed again, and he gets the heater, and he wasn't ready for it and goes down looking.
First time in the last 3 innings where this team has not put a leadoff base runner aboard. This one's pounded into the ground. High underhand toss, but in time to beat out Tristan Busby. This felt like the inning where Easley could really get things rolling, and 2 very quick outs from Brewer Haggard has sort of flipped the narrative.
Yeah, obviously it's not over yet, but this sure seems like they had a lot of momentum, and then all of a sudden a couple of quick outs, and it might be back to the drawing board and heading to the top of the 7th or bottom of the 6th, but then the top of the 7th still down 2 runs and down to their last 4 outs right now, so they're going to have to do something with 2 to get back in where they want to be.
Bradley Runyon lays off a pitch low, 1 ball and no strikes. Well, even if Runyon's retired, the silver lining for Easley is you'll have 3, 4, and 5 due up trying to tie it in the 7th. Outer edge strike, 1-1. Had to get out of the way of that one. 2 balls and a strike. Runyon is 0 for 2. He reached on an error. He walked. He scored. Back in the 5th inning. 2-1. Low and outside. 3 balls and a strike. It's been a very well-played baseball game on both sides. 3-1 pitch. Runyon on the ground to 3rd. It's smothered by Gravel. His throw to 1st in plenty of time. And a 1-2-3 inning for Haggard and Irmo. Bottom 6 up next. Irmo trying to take control and end this game before it could finish. Easily trailing 5-3. Plenty of opportunities to get this game closer, get this game tied. Quickly dispatched. In the top of the 6th, 1-2-3, Brewer Haggard went. Noah Hughes trying to match that performance and give his team a chance before heading into the 7th. 8, 9, and 1 are due up for this Irmo, South Carolina club. Jackson Phipps is going to lead it off. He's 0 for 2. Noah Hughes deserves a ton of credit, though. He has pitched extremely well in a game that was out of hand early and has started to settle down a bit.
I agree. Yeah, he's come in and done an excellent job to keep Easley in the game as long as they have. They've had their opportunities. They're still down 2. They're still in this ball game. But I tell you what, if some insurance happens for Irmo, it is going to be tough to come back from that.
First pitch. Oh, boy. Jackson Phipps gets hit on his lower back, and he's not happy about that. Second straight inning that player from Irmo has been hit. No love lost between these two teams. You can see it here. Hit
right
him on
off the
elbow.
Evo shield. Didn't like it. Neither did the players from Easley. A little tension. Why not?
No intent there, though. In this situation, you don't want to put a base runner aboard.
Last I checked, base runners are bad when you're down.
So we'll see Brewer Haggard, the pitcher, come in to hit. Rory Dreher was removed from the game. Haggard's going to show bunt, pull back on a pitch up and in.
I think what we have here, based on what I'm watching from Haggard, is an actual pitcher that doesn't do a lot of hitting. He's given the waggle.
He pokes at it. It's fouled off of low. 1-1. Hear the crowd saying, let him swing.
Yeah, he's got the wiggles in the bat and the body. We'll see. Tell you what, he might do better just swinging.
1-1, popped up. Well, now the hand kind of being forced.
Well, I think if you're going to try to go for it 2 times and he's a pitcher, might as well try it for a third. Put it down.
For a guy that doesn't get many swings, we'll see if he swings as hard as he possibly can here. 1-2. Upstairs, good take. Throw behind the runner. Not in time. Credit the discipline of Haggard there. From all indication, he doesn't get a whole lot of swings.
Right.
Sees a pitch up in the zone, decides to take it. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Healthy cut. Strikeout for Hughes. Mark that down as his 4th of the game.
Haggard with a hack. He took a hack. You got to appreciate that. Actually looked better than his bunt. Maybe he should have let him just hit.
Not a bad swing. Chase Ellis hits one on the ground to short. Runyon to second. Dubovich to first. Dug out by Phillips. Another inning-ending double play for Hughes and Easley. They're going to have one last shot in the top of the 7th. Let's take another look at this play.
Yeah, nice job, nice feed, and a good turn by the second baseman and shortstop. Great job. Easley is back in the dugout, not giving up a run. A great turn.
During our break, we saw the manager for this Southeast representative Irmo team, Casey Phipps, come out and have a word with the umpire and crew about potentially challenging this double play. All the Irmo players still have their gloves on. Meanwhile, Easley is set up, and let's take a look. It's awfully close.
It is, but I mean, he called him out. I got to imagine it's going to stand. Yeah, I mean, it's going to stand. There's no way that you can say, oh yeah, obviously safe. So I've got it as a safe call, an out call, and it'll stand or be confirmed possibly.
One heck of a play from the Easley middle infield. Back-to-back innings for them. Double plays to end the threat from Irmo. See the stretch. And the great glove of Phillips over there.
I think it's confirmed. I mean, can't take these challenges with you, and I think that's what Irmo is thinking right now. But at the end of the day, they're kind of icing their own pitcher, challenging this play. It's not like a run scored. So for me, I'm not sure I love the call right here.
And they have just confirmed the call with the out signal. The umpires have done such a great job here in this tournament. It has been astounding. There have been several challenges. They've been right more often than not. A lot more often than not. They've been right every time.
They've done a great job so far. I mean, these guys are volunteers. They're coming out here because they love doing this and love the game. So it's a great thing to see them doing well out there on the field, making the right call. It's not easy. I can promise you from dealing with umpires in the big leagues, the guys in the big leagues mess up a lot.
Well, and you just saw Casey Phipps smiling, laughing with the umpires. And that's something you love to see because this is an intense competition between all these teams. They're just looking for confirmation, high level of respect. That's something that Little League always wants to encourage. And that's a really good showcase of that right there. Speaking of the tournament, we'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. California versus Texas. We're not sure who the home team is yet, but the coverage is going to be fantastic with our wonderful crew, led, of course, by Kevin Shank. Great broadcasters Darren Vaught, Jared Mitchell are going to have the call for you live at 9 a.m. Now one last chance for Easley. Addison, Phillips, and Toby Lowe. First pitch up and in. Put a base runner aboard, anything can happen.
Yeah, base runner aboard, and the tying run comes to the plate, so this is well within Easley's reach. They just got to have some magic here in the top of the seventh.
Their patience has gotten better and better as the game has gone along. 2 balls and no strikes to William Addison. He singled his last trip. 2-0. Try to tie him up. Good take. 3 balls and no strikes.
Got to make him throw a strike right here. Can't tie the game with one swing. Make him throw a strike, possibly 2, before you take that bat off your shoulder, young man.
3-0 pitch. He did make him throw a strike. No green light for Addison. 3-1. That's what's so cool about the special pinch runner. You bring in Angel Vargas. You keep Addison's bat in the lineup. 3-1. Right down the middle.
I don't hate it. Smart play by Addison, who is their 3-hole hitter. So you know he feels comfortable at the plate. You know he feels comfortable swinging with 2 strikes. It's now 3-2. This is where the money is made.
3-2 pitch. Right at short. Addison hit a liner to O'Kane, who's been nails at that spot.
I feel like he's caught 3 or 4 liners today, right? That was a great job by Haggard coming back after falling down 3-0 to Addison. I mean, think about this. If he walks, I mean, the tying run is at the plate right now in Colin Phillips.
Nobody on, 1 out. Easley needs 2 to tie. Phillips has reached base twice, scored a run. Scorched the baseball down the first base line into the netting, 1-1. Gotta love the glasses.
Also, the crowd has really gotten quiet here. I think everybody understands what's on the line.
1-1, pulled foul, and with every strike, the Irmo faithful clap their hands.
But they have really quieted down. It was kind of shocking to me to hear how quiet it was before a couple of these pitches. It's almost like they're nervous.
1-2. Liner to second, and a great play by Phipps. Both teams' middle infielders are showing off in the later stages of this game.
Now you kind of see Irmo's fans start to get excited. The parents knowing they're close. 1 out away. A couple of good at-bats there by Easley, but they hit it right at players in the middle of the infield, and both of them make very nice plays for the first and second outs of the top of the 7th.
Toby Lowe, the lifeline. First pitch to him, to short. O'Kane bobbles, and it's into left center. Hold on a moment. Some more life for Easley.
Ground ball to O'Kane. He's just unable to come up with it. And easily has a base runner here in the top of the 7th, their last opportunity. Yeah, he lets the ball play him a little bit. If he just gives a little ground or comes up and gets that big hop, he's probably got a tailor-made out at first base. But unfortunately, just ball kind of ate him up, and a lot of base runners all over the field today. It's not going to be perfect hops every time, and you saw that right there. Easley still's got a shot.
So it looks like they're going to use Angel Vargas again as the special pinch runner.
Special pinch runner at first base for
Saw his speed. It is real. In the 5th inning, stole a base, ended up scoring that 3rd run for Easley. It's Logan Martin now. Ball 1. One-0. Taken downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Easley fans feeling the tension. Put 2 runners on, anything can happen. Haggard will check the runner at first. Get speed on second, runner on first. See how they play it if somehow Logan Martin can reach.
Couple throwovers. Not sure it really matters if they get that guy at first or keep him close, because he's not the run that counts.
Plenty of drama in past matchups between these 2 teams. And that gets to the backstop. Vargas is going to advance to second. The throw is wide. Knocked down by the second baseman, Phipps. Really nice play by him to keep the ball from trickling into the outfield grass.
This is important, though, because a ground ball now, it's not an easy out at second base, a force out, right? They have to go across the diamond, so it could loom large. Obviously, another 3-0 count by Haggard. This could get very tight very quickly if this is a walk.
3-0. It is a walk. Ball 4 on 4 pitches. The tying run's on first base. Now it's Noah Dubovich, and I wouldn't be shocked if we see potentially a pinch hitter. They didn't allow him to hit in yesterday's game.
I think they might be, well, they're going to have a meeting.
So the infielders convening right near the pitcher's mound. Little group therapy session going on here in a very stressful situation for Irmo.
A lot of tension. Got the leg tap going. It looked like this was going to be open and shut case here with a couple of outs, and then next thing you know, the ball scoots underneath the glove of O'Kane, and we got the tying run at first base. A double might score him.
Well, not to mention that wild pitch that you just brought up. If he throws another one, both runners move into scoring position, and a single could tie the game.
Yep. It's all out there for Easley.
Dubovich shows bunt. Pulls back, it gets away! Both runners advance 90 feet, and the tying runs are in scoring position.
You called it. A ball in the dirt, nowhere close to the strike zone, and McDonald can't get it, and I don't blame him. Hard to block that one up. Tying run at second base, Stefan.
It's almost as if showing bunt fooled Haggard a bit. He shows bunt again, pulls back, it's low. 2 balls and no strikes.
This is what you definitely get in Little League that you would not get anywhere else. You've got 2 outs, it's 2-0 or 1-0, and Haggard is faking a bunt to try to get it in the pitcher's head. they're going to have a conversation.
And Haggard very clearly rattled by this moment. Calls his catcher out to have a word. He has pitched so well all game long. Has yet to give up a run. He's eaten up 2 2/3 of relief. 2 balls and no strikes to Dubovich. 2 in scoring position. They represent the tying runs. He squares around to bunt again. Pulls back. Inside corner. That would have been a good pitch to lay down.
It would have been a good pitch to hit.
Down and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. If you get Zach Lawson up, he's been an effective hitter. Have a base to give. Don't necessarily want to give it to Dubovich if you can avoid it. 3-1. Called strike. How about this for a finish?
The Irmo faithful are up out of their seats, trying to will Irmo to a victory.
Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. They finished in second last year. They finish in first tonight. Irmo pumped up after a win against their in-state rival.
It doesn't get any more exciting than that. Came down to the last out in the 7th inning. These two might meet again. It was a well-fought battle on both sides. Irmo jumping out to an early lead and then easily fighting back. Good sportsmanship as always as they shake hands. An excellent game for us to watch and call. I know an excellent game for you to watch at home, and we're excited for more baseball here in Easley as this week goes on.
Came down to the final out, 5-3 your final score. Irmo, the runners-up from the 2024 Senior League World Series, ends up winning against Easley at J.B. Owen Sports Complex. A game filled with highs and lows, great pitching, highlighted by Brewer Haggard. What a pitch here at the end of the game.
Yeah, he might have caught the corner right there. It didn't look like Dubovich thought so, but unfortunately for Dubovich, it's strike 3, and Irmo is going on as winners into the winner's bracket and into the driver's seat.
This is a battle that I'm sure we'll see again. Thank you so much for joining us on ESPN. It's been a great day of baseball. The Senior League Baseball World Series will have more coverage for you tomorrow. For our entire crew, for Kevin Shank, our producer, for Gordon Beckham, I'm Stephen Carey signing off from Easley, South Carolina.